this is pre-shredded, so all the work's done for you. We are gonna finish this off with a can of cheddar cheese soup and a little bit of water. You can already see how cheesy and delicious this soup is going to be. But that was a fast.
So what's on the menu first for Sandra Lee's very first Halloween episode? Well, it's a cauldron of bubbling cheesy bean soup and some ghost and bat sandwiches. But let's talk about how people felt about the bean soup. Miss Doc said back in October 28th, 2008, "My husband has not been himself lately, so I thought I would try to cheer him up with some restorative soup. Perhaps it was him. He's developed some serious health problems as he ages. Or perhaps it was the soup. It was very thick and sludgy and did not agree with his system. This is an understatement, I'm afraid. My plan backfired. I felt terrible. I won't make this soup again." Jane said it wasn't like a soup at all. It was more like a dip. The spoon stood straight up. 2 mouthfuls and the kids were done with it. What a waste. Bob said terribly salty, and the consistency was like lumpy spackle without the delicate flavor. Complete loser of a recipe. And finally, for poor Betty S., back in October 26th, 2005, she said her family loved it, but a short time later, the 4 of them were knocking urgently at the John door. Really harsh reaction. "And now I have to clean it up," she said. "I'd make it again, but for close family only. I'd hate to have to do this with strangers." Woo, the aroma.
Halloween, we're going to use some prosciutto. This is delicious. Now, prosciutto is a very fancy Italian ham. It tastes so good. And it comes pre-cut just like this. Lay a strip down. Now, what's also fantastic about these sandwiches is that you are going to use cookie cutters to make these great Halloween designs. And everybody always likes attention to detail. And a little bit more mustard. And some more on this one. It just depends on what you like to eat. And my meat needs to be stirred. Wash the sleeves on those costumes if you're cooking in them. Don't break up the meat too much because you want it nice and chunky so you feel like you almost have chili instead of a soup, but it is soup. Now, for the cheese. Ooh, it's thundering. Perfect. I hope it starts raining. That'll be really eerie. Make my whole house come to life. All right. This is just an ordinary potato peeler I'm going to use to cut this cheese. And I love making special treats for Halloween. I am the best aunt in the world because I always decorate to the nines. Everything is decorated up and I dress up for them. You know, it's really important in Halloween that you serve foods that are festive, that everybody enjoys, that are nutritious, and pop this over, and all you want to do is take your cookie cutters. Now, I like to use metal cookie cutters. You can use the plastic ones if you want, but these work the best because they're sharp, and then push it down nice and firm. And then if there's any loose edges, I'll go in here with a knife and just clean them up. Now we'll set this aside for munchies later on, and this will go on my plate. So cute. Everybody loves this stuff, but it takes a matter of minutes. Now our meat is completely done, so let's go in here, stir this up. Here's what we're going to do with this meat. I have put and already strained 2 cans of black beans and 1 can of kidney beans, and then open up a jar of salsa. And I'm going to put half of this jar into my soup. And for Halloween, salsa is fantastic. Just adds a little bit of spice, a little bit of flavor. Now what I'm putting in here is mild cheddar cheese, and this is going to melt up and be so incredibly delicious. This is pre-shredded, so all the work's done for you. We are going to finish this off with a can of cheddar cheese soup and a little bit of water. You can already see how cheesy and delicious this soup is going to be, but it's even going to be more cheesy when I put in this can of cheddar cheese soup and just about a can and a half of water. And stir this together. This is so creamy and delicious. It's going to be incredible. But I want you to check out my diabolical decor. Look at what I did to the kitchen. This is just regular orange fabric, and I took black sheeting materials, cut out bats, super glued them on here. Isn't this great? This is a plastic spider web, kind of goes with the outfit. Spider webs on the dress, pretty fantastic. And I'm going to come in here, stir my soup. When we come back, I am going to show you a great spider's nest dip, which is fantastic, and a cranberry almond gorp that everybody is going to want to get a handful of.